What's up guys, it's Chachi Power here to do a review for Rocket Punch Army. You probably may or may not have seen my review showing the commemorative sets with the Blu-ray. Going to be doing a review for this for Collection DX maybe. Yeah, so since I had the figures out for shooting, I figured I'd show you guys before I put them away. So the first figure we have here is the Sand Trooper, and he is from the Episode 4 A New Hope set. So we're going to go over that set first. So here's the Sand Trooper, and you'll notice as I go along these are basically just repacks of figures, but you know, it's just cool to have the box set, and I don't really have these figures anyway. I've bought a bunch and sold them off and lost them, so it's nice to be able to get the cool figures back. So here's the Sand Trooper. It comes with this big staff, comes with his backpack, little blaster, and for those of you that are not familiar with these figures, I will go through articulation really quick. He's got the head, he's got the arms that come out, shoulders, swivel here. He does have a ball joint to the elbow, which is cool. It's half of a ball joint and a swivel. The ball joint is for it's connected to the forearm and is just tabbed right into this. So it gives you a wide range of movement. You do have the upper chest, which is cool. A little bit side to side, but mostly forward and back and side to side. And the one thing that really bothers me is all the articulation they give these figures, and the legs don't split. They're just regular swivels like the old vintage, but then they have crazy articulation on the knees, you know, and then they got ankles. So it's a little bit weird that they can't just put the same type of ball joints that are here there. That would just make these out of this world. But anyway, taking too much time on one figure. I'm going to move over to R2-D2. He's got wheels on the bottom, which is cool, so he rolls. And this is not the one where you press and get the sound effects, but you'll notice he does have a chrome dome. And what's neat about this is it clicks just like the original, but notice the periscope goes up when you turn the head, which I thought was really cool. And as far as articulation, just his arms or legs, whatever you want to call them, his ankles, this doesn't really move, it's just flexy PVC. Right, next up is young Luke Skywalker in his garb from Tatooine. I was complaining in the last video that he had like really weird looking legs, and they came out of the box bent. Maybe that's what it was, but they do look a tad short. But then when I look at pictures of him, he kind of looks like that anyway. But here you go. He's got this lightsaber. Here's his articulation. Head is side to side, not much forward and back. He's got waist, little vinyl shirt piece here that comes down, which allows a little bit of movement of the legs up, and the knees and ankles, swivels. Next up is good old Obi-Wan, here with his lightsaber. That's very nicely detailed, and he's got soft goods going on outside and underneath. This one still has the little rubber band for packaging. Forgot to take that off, but I'm not going to bother since I'm going to put it away. And everything else is just regular PVC. His head is on a ball joint, so he's able to look up, down, side to side, stuff like that. His arms do go out, and seems like his elbows ratchet every time I move them. Yeah, they're on ratchets, and no waist, and he's got knees and swivel legs and ankles. So that was Episode 4, A New Hope set. And we're going to move on to Empire Strikes Back. We'll start off with Leia here. Leia is outfitted in Hoth gear in this figure. And it's the smallest one out of all of them, obviously. She is rather tiny. Here she is next to Luke and next to the Snowtrooper. She does have a little PVC vest. She has a good amount of articulation. The head is on a ball joint. The arms, excellent articulation, elbows, wrists. She's got waist, hips, knee, no swivel, For the legs here on the bottom, the shins don't swivel. You have to keep the legs straight and then you can turn it. And no ankles. What I really like about Leia's figure is that the sculpt actually looks like her. I've come across some stuff that looks really bad, but this is actually done pretty well. Next is the Snow Trooper. I love troopers. Except the clone ones, all that new crap I can't stand. But comes with a little blaster. Comes with a removable cap here. You'll see the sculpt there. He does have like some scuffing done to make him look battle damaged. He's got nice articulation, elbows, wrist, waist. He's got a little skirt here, a little soft good, and knees and ankles here that just swivel and go down. And here's his little PVC backpack that comes off. So that's Snow Trooper. Next, we will move on to Luke here. He is shown here in his Snowspeeder uniform. And this figure is actually really cool. I really like the sculpt on it. It's got a lot of detail, a lot more than I'm used to seeing on the other figures here. And what I really love is the fact that he's got this helmet here that's made out of PVC, but the printing on there, the tampo printing, is done really, really sharp. It's really nice, and check this out, it fits really nice over his head. The chin piece goes where it's supposed to. The visor lines up with his head, with his eyes there, and the articulation, again, awesome. It seems like most of the figures in these sets, they've chosen the more articulated types, and he's got a nice waist movement. He's got the knees, and these straps here, they're actually PVC and give really nice so that you can pose it. And it's somewhat limited because of the bottom of his shirt here, but I mean, it's a lot of articulation for such a small figure. And swivel and ankles. And then he has his lightsaber here without the blade. It's not on yet. And he does have this grappling hook. The only thing, I think this is supposed to be around his belt, but there's no way to put it around his belt, so I guess they just, you know, made it this way. I put this on here myself. This hose actually comes out, but it's the only way I could do it to have him hang. So that's Luke Skywalker there. Now we'll move on to another one of my favorite characters that is slowly becoming one of my least favorite. He's just becoming annoying to me for some reason. I don't know why, guys. But the last Boba Fett I bought was the Saga Legends, and I saw that the elbow was like that, and it didn't look like it had ball joints, so I returned it. Luckily, this set came with another Boba Fett, and he has redeemed himself. So, and this one actually has a cloth cape. The other one was PVC. So he's got the rocket pack here, which comes off. And if you'll notice, he's got weathering, like battle or, you know, scratching of the paint there. Same thing on the front. He's got the braids that come down, and you'll notice that the articulation on this one is very nice, which is much better than that Saga Legends that I had bought. But anyway, he's got the knees, swivel here, ankle, and I almost thought you could take the helmet off when I got this, but can't. It's just the ball joint under there. So, in this little piece, flexes so you don't end up breaking it. So, really nice sculpt. He does come with this blaster here, which is also weathered. I don't see that too much on the weapons that these guys come with, so it was really nice to see that. And it fits nicely in his hand. And you can also hang it like this. So, very nice. Maybe I take that back. Maybe he is cool. Alright, so that was it for Empire Strikes Back. Let's move on to Return of the Jedi. Here is Luke with his big ass lightsaber in his hand. And you'll notice he has his black hand since somebody chopped it off. And what's cool about this figure, this probably has the most articulation out of any of these as far as I've seen, because he does fortunately have the ball joints that I wish all of them would have here. So he's able to do splits. Now, why they can't do this to all the figures, I don't know. But that would make them awesome. I mean, this is I grew up in the 70s and 80s, guys. And you know how those figures were. It's just up, down in the arms and maybe the head movement here and there. But this is like, just blows me away. So, very happy. And his head is on a ball joint, but it doesn't really look up or down. And what's cool is the wrists actually move. That is awesome. So, aside from this, he does come with the lightsaber without the blade, and it actually hangs right from his belt, which is really cool, I think. And aside from that, he comes with these little cuffs, so you can recreate his capture. So that's really awesome. But obviously, for him to be this cool, there has to be a trade-off, and the trade-offs were the ankles. They only move side to side and turn around. There's no swivel there. But overall, pretty good. Not bad. I really put off buying this guy in the single packs, and glad I got it with this. Really nice piece. Here is Han Solo in Endor gear. Has a little blaster, soft goods, camouflage, and then his trademark vest there, and he's got a holster which the gun fits into nicely. Show you that real quick. There you go. Got the stripes on his pants there. Again, good articulation. Wrist, head, waist, knees, ankles, swivels. So, very nice piece. Now, one of my favorites from Return of the Jedi has to be the Biker Scout. These guys were cool. I mean, with the speeder bikes and all that, and I just always thought the design was awesome. With the visor, just the way it looks, it's just really cool. Yeah, I guess I'll show the articulation. You got the head on a ball joint, got the shoulders, swivel, elbows, got wrists, and the waist here, the upper chest I should say, legs, knees, swivel, regular ankles, no swivel for the up and down movement of the ankles. But overall, nice piece. I like the use of the flat black on his upper arms and the use of gloss black on his forearms. Makes them look really cool. And they've yellowed the center here to make it look a little dirty. And they've also muddied up his boots, which actually looks pretty convincing. And this right here is a holster for his gun. You can go ahead and put that there, just like so. Of course, I've saved my favorite for last. I just love Darth Vader. This is familiar to a lot of you that have bought the vintage figure or the ones where the helmet comes off. This happens to be the same one with the helmet that comes off. I did a review for this figure not too long ago. You'll see the helmet comes off. He's got the inner piece here that comes off, and you'll see it's very nicely sculpted on the inside, the breathing apparatus and everything there. Articulation is good, except the arms don't come out. So I mean, it's very inconsistent with these figures, but you know, whatever. It's still good. You got the swivel, elbows, not the wrist, but it's sort of like his lower forearm here, his glove, basically. The waist, there's there is movement in the waist, but I'm afraid of just messing up the soft goods here, which are actually really nice. They're not too wrinkled, like on some of the Darth Vaders I've bought. Nice glossy underneath, glossy black there. He has knees and just side to side ankles. So it's very nicely done. Then he's got the lightsaber, which is also nicely done. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's the whole set. So if you guys got these already, there's really no point in getting those sets. But one thing to note is when you put the boxes side by side, they spell out Star Wars. Mine does not, because I don't have the other 3 boxes, and I don't plan on getting them. Maybe I'll pick up the Blu-ray and change my mind. But that's it, folks, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Stay tuned for more. Bye.